When I bought my first 3D printer, I honestly thought that it would be a toy. A few benchies, maybe some shop drawer organizers, and then it would just sit on a shelf collecting dust. That was a couple of years ago. Nowadays, I run prints multiple times a month, with a big chunk of them being knife making related. Templates with hole guides, hidden tang guard mock-ups, a custom height scribe jig that I'm now selling, plus a pile of shop fixtures and home prints I never knew I needed. So in this video, I want to walk through exactly how I use my 3D printer for knife making and a few of the side benefits along the way. If you're on the fence about getting one, this video is the one I wish I had before pulling the trigger. Real quick on the setup, since I get this question a lot, I started out on a Bamboo P1P, that's the open air version, and pretty quickly I realized I wanted an enclosure for printing some of the higher end filaments and a more controlled environment for the printing area. So I ended up ordering an enclosure conversion kit, which effectively turns this P1P into a P1S. So the P1S is what I would recommend, and that's what I would have bought if I was doing this right the first time. For materials, I mostly run PLA Plus from eSun and PETG. PLA Plus is easy to print and tough enough for most shop applications, and PETG is what I reach for when needing heat resistance. And if you're a knife maker working in a hot garage shop in the middle of the summer, that matters. Everything I design starts in Fusion 360, which is free for hobbyists, and then gets exported as an STL file into Bamboo Studio for slicing and dicing in the printer program. That's the whole pipeline from start to finish. Okay, the single biggest game changer for me and the use case I would not give up is templates. Specifically for knife making, we're talking about knife profile templates with the pinholes printed right into them. Here's the workflow. I draw the knife in Fusion 360, I take that profile, add the pinholes exactly where I want them, and then I print it as a flat template just slightly thicker than my bar stock. Generally that thickness is around 1/8 of an inch. Then I clamp that template to my steel, I scribe around the outside with a carbide scribe, and here's the magic, I drop my center punch right into the pre-printed holes. No measuring, no second guessing, no is this hole really centered? The printed jig is exactly what I drew in CAD and is right every time. Before I started doing this, I was either marking holes off of a paper template, which required me to glue this template onto the bar, or making scratches with calipers. Both work, but neither is as fast or as repeatable as just printing the geometry I already have in Fusion 360. And once you've printed one, you can use it forever. If I ever do a second batch of that knife pattern, the template's already on the shelf. The second knife making application, and this is where the printer really starts paying for itself, is the hidden tang guards. If you've ever made a hidden tang knife, you know that getting the guards symmetrical can be a challenge. Here's what I do now. I fit the guard to the ricasso as a rectangular block. Then, once my fit is dialed in, I draw out the guard profile in Fusion 360 and then print out 1/2 of it. That's right, 1/2 of the profile. This way I can lay it onto the face of the guard block while it's attached to the knife and trace my profile with the carbide scribe into the face of the guard. Then, after doing one side, I simply flip it over to mirror the other side. This method ensures you have a symmetrical guard that is indexed to your knife's ricasso. I did this exact technique on all of my recent buoy builds on the channel. In addition to tracing guard profiles, I've also printed the entire guard itself so that I can visually see how the proportions will look on the knife during the build. This is a huge advantage when trialing out different sizes and shapes of guards, since they don't always look as good in 3D as they do on paper. Beyond the templates, my printer has slowly turned into the shop's general purpose problem solver. Anytime I look at something and think, I wish there was a holder for that, I just pull up Fusion and make one. The big one, and y'all have seen this in basically every recent knife build I've done, is my height scribe. It's a 3D printed fixture that bolts onto a 321 block and holds a fine tip Sharpie. This lets me mark my grind lines on my handles and make sure that I get my handles center with the blades. I went through about 10 iterations to get this design right, but now it's in my shop and I use it all the time. I actually have these for sale on the website now. Slant 3D handles all the printing and the shipping, so it's hands off for me, and I'll link to that below if you want one. Then there is the small stuff, but this small stuff adds up. I printed new ergonomic handles on all of my needle files, which makes a huge difference from trying to hold on to those little guys. I also printed a holder for my Mills DRO tablet so I could attach it to a wall arm. I've gone full Gridfinity on my organization for my toolbox. If you haven't seen Gridfinity yet, it's just a modular bin and tray system you can print to fit any drawer, and once you start, it's pretty hard to stop. For grinding belts, I've been using Brian House's 2x72 belt holders. He put out these files for free on his website. They print very easy, and they're hands down the best way I found to keep my belts organized on the wall. None of this stuff is what sold me on the printer when I bought it, but all of it makes the shop run better, and once you have the printer running, the marginal cost of solving any little problem with a custom fixture is basically zero. 12 cents of filament and 40 minutes of design time, and bam, there you go, you have your new custom fitting. And it goes beyond knives, and y'all may have seen this if you follow me in my other channels. The 3D printer has totally changed how I tackle non-knife making projects as well. I'm currently building a cable trolley system for my power rack over on Redbeard Lifts, and that whole project is being built off of 3D printed templates. The two big side plates of the trolley got profiled and drilled using a printed template, and it's exactly the same workflow I described earlier for knife profiles. There were 12 holes per plate, and they all got located perfectly without fussing with paper or calipers. The plastic liners that contact the rack's upright are also 3D printed, and I've been able to iterate the fit by printing them to different thicknesses until the trolley slides smoothly the entire length of the rack. If you're curious about that build, head on over to Redbeard Lifts. Part 1 is up, and parts 2 and 3 are coming. Bottom line is that a 3D printer is one of the highest leverage tools I've added to my shop in years. Not because it makes knives, because it doesn't, but because it makes everything around knife making faster, more accurate, and more repeatable. If y'all want me to do a deeper dive into any of these workflows, please let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, I'll catch y'all on the flip side.